Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Okay, before starting the today's point, I just told you this is my first video where I am going to interact you face to face. Okay, because of this pandemic situations, it's very difficult to understand the concept like a subject like thermal engineering. So that purpose I started my channel and I am giving you a very small contribution and hope you like this video. Okay, let's start with the today's topic, the properties of pure substance. Just start with the definition now. First, the definition of the pure substance. Okay, the substance having it's a fixed chemical composition throughout its phase. Now, what is meant by throughout its phase? What is meant by chemical composition? Okay, if I am taking the example of the water as a pure substance, why? If we see the water in a different phases, also we define the pure substance in another way like that. The pure substance having more than phases is existing more than one phases. If you take the example of water in solid phase, water in liquid phase, water in vapor phase. In today's experiment and today's topic, we also clear the concept of single phase and the two phase. If you see the concept of water as a pure substance, why? Having chemical composition means what? Water in solid phase, H2O, in liquid phase, H2O, in vapor phase, again is H2O. If we take the another example, if we take oil and water, if we try to mix the oil and water, what we observe? The water oil is not soluble. Okay, if we easily can collect the oil from the upper layer of the water. So it shows these two substances, oil and water, are chemically are not similar. That dissimilarity we can observe. This is the dissimilarity. It's not a constant chemical composition. If you take the example of air, it consists of more than gases. But if you see its whole composition, it's considered as a pure substance. So let's start with the today's first. I am considering the water as a pure substance and I'm going to conduct a small experiment. If you see this set of the symbol set of here, the piston cylinder alignment and the initial water at -10 degrees Celsius, so it is ice. I am going to add heat here continuously and there we attach one thermometer and whole system is work under 1 bar pressure. This is the experiment. I am going to see the properties of pure substance. I am going to see the properties of water on the graph temperature enthalpy. Okay, if you start this experiment, I am going to observe what are the changes happen on the temperature and the enthalpy. Or enthalpy nothing but in simple words, just remember what amount of heat added. So what amount of heat going to add? If you add heat, the enthalpy goes on gradually increases. At this side, what about temperature? Just see this today's experiment. That title is formation of steam from water, formation of steam from ice. We are going to discuss the properties of pure substance. Initially, water, that is ice at -10 degrees Celsius. Okay, if you see the graph, then A to B, there is gradually increasing its temperature. What you observe here? When heat starts, when we add heat, what observe? Heat going to add -10, -9, -10 up to 0 degrees Celsius. That is point B. This temperature goes on gradually increases. So it's line. If you see the line goes on gradually increases. But after point B, what do you observe? B to C, that line is perpendicular to the temperature axis. What it indicates? From B to C, the temperature is a constant. Okay, what happened here now? If you see at point B, there is 0 degrees Celsius, and we know that if we conduct the experiment 1 bar degree Celsius or 1 atmospheric pressure, at 0 degrees Celsius, it's melting of ice or the fusion of ice. The fusion of ice or melting of ice takes place at 0 degrees Celsius, and that constant temperature whole solid is converted into liquid. I again repeat, at constant temperature whole solid at 0 degrees Celsius, that ice in solid form. Okay, and that same temperature if we measure, the C is again at 0 degrees Celsius in liquid form. But in B to C, I am going to add heat continuously here. See here, heat is going to add continuously. But at certain phase we observe when the temperature on the thermometer showing 0 degrees Celsius, what we observe? Solid at 0 degrees Celsius and the liquid at 0 degrees Celsius. But this phase transformation takes place. Simultaneously going to add heat. Now water at 0 degrees Celsius at point C. When you are going to add the heat, what we observe again? Sir, C to D here, the temperature goes on increases up to 100 degrees Celsius. So at point C is liquid form, at C is again at point D is again liquid form, and the temperature observed in the thermometer is 100 degrees Celsius. But after point D, what happened again? I write point E here. After 100 degrees Celsius, what you observe again? The thermometer shows constant temperature. If you see D to B, the thermometer showing the constant result, the constant temperature. But what happened? Where we continuously going to add heat, but thermometer showing same temperature. And what happened here? Now that liquid phase is converted into vapor phase. And at point E, that liquid is completely becomes dry steam. We call it as gas, dry steam. And after heating that dry steam, what we observe again, the temperature shown by the thermometer, that is E to F. I show here. This temperature around suppose is 250 degrees Celsius. So after 100 degrees Celsius, temperature again shows to 250 degrees Celsius. That E to F is the vapor phase. This is the experiment, and what the results I am going to plot on the pH graph, temperature, enthalpy. Now see in detail. If you see A to B, so there is solid phase. After B, after ice, that is solid for ice. That B to C, that is a solid, ice is converted into liquid gradually. Initially some ice cubes are there. When I will heat that, going to melt and becomes liquid. But if you see, there is that B to C, that region, there is a two phase. Now concept of single phase and two phase. If we see that ice -10 to 0, it is a single phase. When we see the B to C, there is a two phase, solid plus liquid. And after that evaporation of the vaporization of water starts, okay, the substance is now two phase, liquid plus vapor. So starts with the solid phase, then is converted into solid plus liquid. Okay, then it becomes liquid. After liquid plus vapor and vapor. If you see this graph carefully, where the substance having two phases, like solid plus liquid, like liquid plus vapor, the temperature remains constant, and that temperature we call as a saturation temperature. At constant temperature, the substance try to change its phase, solid to liquid, ice to water, and liquid to water, like water to vapor. So that concept we call as that temperature called as saturation temperature. But temperature is showing constant, but you're going to heat is going on that substance, so that such heat is called as a latent heat. Latent stands for hidden heat. The latent word stands for hidden heat. So in the region B to C is hidden heat, because why it's called hidden or latent? The temperature showing the constant temperature. In the region D to E, it's a latent heat, and those heat. So this is today's concept, latent heat. What we understood this concept? There is some latent heat. Then what is meant by sensible heat? The word sensible stands for itself, it's sensible. Those heat we can measure, those heat we can sense. Where A to B will be sense -10 to 0, that is a sensible heat. Again C to D 0 to 100 degrees Celsius, the temperature shown by the thermometer will sense. So it is again sensible heat. And again A to F, we can measure the temperature of the thermometer, so it is sensible. And those heat we can't sense, we can't measure, it is called as a latent heat. So that latent heat we again classify in different abbreviations with different names. Okay, first, before going to that abbreviation or that name, we just remember where I stands for ice, F stands for fluid, and G stands for gas. Okay, these are very important abbreviations while solving the numerical on the steam table. This same notification is used in the standard steam tables. So I giving heat, I for ice, F for fluid or liquid, and G for gas. Remember this abbreviations. This is enthalpy axis, where it start H, and an abbreviation see here. First A to B, where what amount of heat we added, A to B is called as HI. That is the H for enthalpy. Okay, this is HI, sensible heat. Okay, why it's called enthalpy? Why it called as the word heat? Because enthalpy is nothing but what amount of heat contained. So it is the HI, sensible heat. Why sensible? If you see the single abbreviation, this single abbreviation shows it is a sensible. If you see an abbreviation, two words Like I of this stands for latent. Keep this. Always remember this thing. So it is sensible. Why sensible? Sir, because its abbreviation single. I for solid, that is ice. HI, that is the sensible heat of ice. B to C, IF, solid plus liquid, ice plus water. IF, ice and fluid. HIF. So it is the latent heat or latent heat of fusion of ice. This is hidden heat. So the abbreviation, the word is that heat from B to C we call as a latent heat of fusion of ice or latent heat of melting of ice. Then C to D, if you see here, the single abbreviation only HF, so it is called as the sensible heat of fluid or sensible heat of water. If you again going to add heat, what observe here? There is evaporation of water takes place. Now that heat is hidden. Why hidden? These two abbreviations, HFG, fluid to gas, liquid to gas. Okay, and IVF means solid to liquid. Like that you remember HFG. This is the latent heat. What latent heat? What process going on after 100 degrees Celsius? The evaporation. So it is a latent heat of evaporation. And after point E, this is a superheated steam, and that superheated steam is used in the steam turbine. Okay, what amount of steam supplied after boiler to the turbine is a superheated steam. Okay, that point E, that steam is dry. And after dry steam, we are going to add heat in the dry steam. That steam becomes superheated steam. That steam called as a superheated steam. Okay. Hope you understood the concept of now the sensibility and the latent heat and the water, the character, the properties of water and the temperature enthalpy. I'm just going to conclude this today's session of today's video. In this video, we understood the concept of sensible heat. Those heat we can measure, sir. Those heat we can sense with the help of some temperature measuring devices like the thermometer. That is sensible heat in the region A to B, C to D, and E to F. And again, conclude that the sensitivity is only measured when the substance is single phase. When it is ice, that heat we can measure only. When it is liquid, this that is single phase, that heat we can only sense. And when it is vapor, that heat we can only sense or measure. So again, conclude another way that like that. When substance is single phase, only those heat we can sense or measure. When substance trying to change its phase, the temperature is a constant, and that heat we can't measure. So it is called as a latent heat. So those heat we can sense in the sensible heat. And so those heat can be measured called as latent heat. And where is the latent heat you observe generally? Where the substance trying to change its phase. And what temperature substance trying to change its phase, that temperature we call as a saturation temperature. So we understood the concept of sensible heat, the concept of latent heat, what is meant by saturation temperature, what is meant by pure substance. Hope you like or enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.